So a couple months ago, I made a video about the many weird promo ads in the Toy Story VHS tape. I was really happy with that video, and it turns out many other people were happy with it too. So because of those two factors, and because I'm working on some bigger projects right now, let's do that again, only this time with Toy Story 2's VHS tape. But first, in case you're new here, back in the Stone Ages before streaming services and iTunes, movies were stored on ugly bricks called VHS tapes. VHS obviously standing for Prehistoric Media Box. And similar to YouTube videos of current year, they started with 10 minutes of ads that most people would skip. Not me though, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. And also, before I begin, this video is fair use. Please note the disclaimer. Oh my god. I wonder what this could be.
From the dream makers at Disney.
My dream is for that poorly CGI'd rock to never do whatever the hell just happened ever again. So the first ad tonight is for a quote-unquote new addition to Disneyland that supposedly is about the many wonders and fun of California.
Celebrating all the fun and adventure of California.
A park that would certainly not be made today considering recent events. Also Disney, let me just say, your instrumentation has never sounded more bored.
Introducing Disney's California Adventure, a brand new Disney park.
Congratulations on the most lethargic MIDI instrumentation I have ever heard.
Opening February 2001.
Holy crap, this park is over 20 years old. It must be pretty interesting to think about, being old enough to remember when these old things were new. That also reminds me of something. Everything from 2001 is turning 20 this year. Good God.
Coming soon to theaters.
Oh my god, this tape has the transitions. Now, I'm not sure if I'm too young to be in the age group that remembers these transitions, but regardless, I love them. Look at that aesthetic. I don't even know what it is, but it's cool. There's also this sound cue that I also have no idea what it is, but for some reason, it matches the aesthetic perfectly.
Coming soon to theaters.
Those factors paired with the very sexy voice of the narrator gives these transitions a feeling that's impossible to grasp, but still fills you with joy. Either that or I'm just really weird. If I was skilled enough, this aesthetic is what I would want my videos to look like. Also, I was so busy gushing about the transition slides themselves that I didn't even realize it was telling us that a movie teaser was coming up next.
Oh yeah! Boom, baby!
Anyway, this is the trailer for The Emperor's New Groove, which started off as a much more serious film called Kingdom of the Sun, which I mentioned because the trailer starts off very tonally different from the rest of it. The rest of the trailer is really comedic in tone, while the beginning is a dark and stormy night.
Long ago, in a faraway land, there was a prosperous kingdom ruled by a young emperor.
For some reason. Anyway, on to the actual trailer itself. I don't really like it that much. This trailer is really fast for some reason I cannot understand. It's not like the movie's pacing is that fast, so I don't know why they're going so fast in the trailer. This trailer also does the classic trailer move of spoiling a whole bunch of shit. Like for example, Cusco escaping these Black Panthers, them escaping the cliff, this waterfall bit, and that's about it, but those are 3 more examples than there should be. And finally, I'm not exactly sure whether or not this background music in the second half of the trailer is original or not.
Don't touch it!
But regardless, I don't like it, and I can't pin down why. Alright, the next ad is for Fantasia 2000's home video release. There's only 3 things I know about this movie. 1, it's a sequel to Fantasia from 1940. 2, it creates animation around a bunch of public domain music. And 3, there's a part with Penn and Teller that is really stupid and is pretty much the 2000s equivalent of late night hosts appearing in YouTube Rewind. Now, luckily for me, I'm not reviewing the movie, I'm reviewing the promo ad. But despite that, I still want to see the reviews of the film before I continue. Luckily for me, they're right here in this promo. So I don't really have to go looking that far.
Comes the film that critics call dazzling, magical, arguably the greatest Disney film ever.
Oh. Okay then. Yes, the best way to advertise your movie with critic reviews is to use 2 words that don't mean anything in the context of a movie, and a false statement. Also, speaking of, that isn't the only time magical is used in this trailer.
It's a breathtaking celebration of sight, sound, and magic.
Like, what is up with Disney's obsession with using the word magic? Also, I find it funny how they say that this film was animated by the same people behind many of the other Disney Renaissance films. I mean, yeah, this is a Disney animated feature. You think they don't know that? Also, this is a small tangent, but I always find it funny when movie promos say that a film was from the same producer of a film, or from the same animators as whatever, or from the same studio that brought you blah 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 blah. I don't think those really dictate the quality of a film. What you're really banking on are the writers and directors, not the producer. The producer funds the movie. Also, not the studio either. The studio can hold many directors and writers and isn't solely responsible for the quality of the film, assuming they don't tamper with the creator's vision all too much. Anyway, I don't really have anything else to say about Fantasia, so what's up next?
Walt Disney Pictures presents.
We have a visitor.
Oh no, Dinosaur! Oh god! Alright, I have never seen Dinosaur. Fuck this movie. Okay, maybe I can't say that for certain, but I can certainly say fuck this trailer. If a movie trailer is something that makes you want to see a movie, then this trailer gets an F- because it makes me never want to touch this movie ever in my life. Alright, first of all, it looks unappealing. And like shit. I can clearly tell they're going for a realistic look, but because it's the year 2000, it doesn't come off very well. Also, this wasn't animated by Disney themselves, so that's probably one of the reasons why it looks so different than many other Disney movies. Second of all, the tone is really bad. What the? Second of all, the tone is really bad. So at the beginning, the trailer gives off an almost dramatic tone to the movie. There's all this intense stuff going down, there's a deep voiced narrator speaking very seriously, and the music sounds straight out of Lion King.
We have a visitor.
A story of friendship. What is it?
I don't know.
Courage.
Then it very abruptly switches to a comedic tone.
What's the worst he can do?
Okay, what's the second worst thing? There's your girlfriend. What you need is a little help from the love monkey.
Nobody cares. Third of all, this trailer is 30 seconds. Now that would be fine if they didn't cram two opposing tones in this 30-second ad spot.
Love monkey.
That makes this trailer feel incomplete. It would have been much better if this trailer focused its time on one tone instead of two. It's all three of these factors combined into one that makes this one of the worst ads I've ever seen in my life. The only good thing I can say about this is that it prevented me from seeing the movie. Please say the next trailer after this is of quality. I need some very good eye bleach.
Hey, guess which planet I am? Huh? Come on, look. Guess which planet I am.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the break room before all the donuts are done.
Oh, thank God. This is something I wish more studios did now. And for all I know, they still do. I don't really keep up with movie trailers and stuff. In a lot of these old VHS tapes, whenever they advertised a new Pixar movie, they would usually make a really small mini-movie that would certainly fit in with the actual movie, but it's totally original. Like, for example, in this trailer, Mike and Sully go inside a room to scare a kid, but there's no kid, so they fight over their location. I spelled there wrong.
This is not Mongolia.
Would you listen to this? Blame it on the little guy. How original. He must have read the schedule wrong with his one eye.
Unlike the Dinosaur preview, there are many things I like about this trailer. First of all, there's this really good build-up at the beginning. The narrator, who sounds almost exactly like Mr. Waternoose, hypes up these monsters as big, scary bad guys.
That there are monsters hiding in their closets, waiting to emerge.
But then they flop inside the room acting like normal office workers, which is kind of one of the main jokes of Monsters, Inc. in the first place.
Whoa!
There's nobody here.
Huh?
There's no kid. There's supposed to be a
All
kid.
right,
There's no kid to scare.
Don't panic.
I'm panicking because there's a total lack of kid here.
Let's just check the schedule.
Very embarrassing.
Also, this trailer is just more proof that Monsters, Inc. was just an afterthought because of this line from Sully.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, okay, you remember the 5th grade?
Yeah.
When you spent all your time passing notes to Susie Boyles?
Loved it.
The rest of us were studying geography.
Speaking of Sully, I noticed this is the second trailer of a big movie in this VHS tape that has John Goodman doing a voice. It's almost like there was a movie that came out a few years prior to all these releases that make John Goodman a very marketable name. A second reason why I like this trailer is because it fits in perfectly with the rest of the movie, that it's almost like this is a deleted scene or a bonus feature or something. I guess there's a few things that sort of annoy me about the trailer, like this part at the end with a dog growling at them.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the break room before all the donuts are done.
Hey, don't you even get it? You big throw rug? Oh, nice doggy. Nice. big doggy.
Like, was this dog just spawned by the stagehand after Sully left, or what? How come they don't really acknowledge it at all? Also, I don't exactly know why Mike is coming in with him, considering his role is to put the canisters next to the door. He isn't supposed to go in with them. I guess this is just early in development, and they wrote it differently or something. I don't know. Anyway, what's next?
Be sure to join us after the feature for more fun from Disney.
Oh, a bonus feature for the movie. Huh. I guess this is what they did before menus. Also, I find what they say really funny.
They're gonna put me in the movie. They're gonna make a big star out of me.
Well, I don't know who you are, and I think you only appear in the movie as the theme song to Woody's Roundup, which only appears like once in the movie on a really old grainy TV.
Woody's Roundup. Come on, it's time to play.
Sorry, fellas. Okay, so what's after that?
And now, our feature presentation.
Oh. That's it? Seriously? Huh. I intended to go on a little bit longer there. I mean, I guess I could talk about the Luxo short, but actually, screw it. Let's talk about Luxo Jr. And for this review, I'll just use footage from the much cleaner version so it's easier to look at. Alright, the first thing to note is that before the film, we have a short little string of text. In 1986, Pixar produced its first film. This is why we have a lamp in our logo. And for some reason, I just find that a little funny. Although I'm not exactly sure how accurate that statement is. Wall-E B came out before this, and while that is credited to the Lucasfilm computer graphics program, Disney Plus credits it as a Disney Pixar short, so I don't know. I guess Luxo Jr. was the first short produced under the Pixar name. And regardless, it's a lot better. Luxo Jr. is a short about a big lamp and a tiny lamp. The tiny lamp brings a ball over to the big lamp. They play with the ball, with massive quotes there, and the tiny lamp jumps on the ball for no reason. The ball pops and the tiny lamp is now sad because it realizes how incompetent it is, before it goes away and finds an even bigger ball for some reason. Now, as someone who is fascinated with animation, I have to say that this animation now is pretty good. Before the mid-80s, holy shit! This is absolutely insane! Pretty impressive how expressively they move and how well the lighting is. Honestly, I have to say it was a pretty bold move to have the short star two lamps. You know, things that cast light. Something I assume it wasn't the easiest to animate in the 80s. And for those who still aren't impressed, the music video for Money for Nothing came out the previous year and looked like this. Yeah, I really like how they showed off images of production in the credits too. Probably the closest thing to a behind the scenes making of we'll ever get of this. Assuming there hasn't been one already made, I don't know. And those were Toy Story 2's wacky VHS ads, plus a small review of Luxo Jr. Kind of intended to go on a little bit longer there, but whatever. In conclusion, I have no life, lol. I mean, obviously, this is now the second time I've spent far too long analyzing VHS advertisements.